Hello there. This is Eamon and the F&A Show. Salutations. F&A 16 is now underway. It's been a little while. No apologies necessary because it's taken a little while to get back into the freaking F&A zone. And I'm here to tell you that I'm back. The show's back, and Sephiroth is the baddest motherfucker ever conceived. Period. Sorry. It's just the way it is. And runner-up Voldemort put up a good fight. Good job. You were pretty fucking badass, but Sephiroth takes the pie, takes the cake, takes first place prize. The blue ribbon, I believe. Is that first blue? Yeah. So, that's all there is to it. And that, my friends, is why F&A is your one-stop connection to the keys, the solutions, the everythings of life as you know it. And that's just how it fucking is. F&A 16. Here it is. So, I've been wanting to do this little segment for a while and just have not gotten around to it. Need to talk to y'all today about something that a lot of you probably know about already. Something that is quite the irritant in my life, at least right now, at this juncture. And something that I deem necessary to be put on the F&A show. You know what it is? You know what really pisses me off? Lighter thieves. You know who you are. I'm not going to name names, Jennifer. I'm not going to call people out, Aaron. And, there's no point in saying that Lee steals lighters. I'm not going to do that kind of name-calling bullshit, okay? Just going to let you know how I feel. For all you lighter thieves out there, listen up. Grab a little bit of inspiration maybe from something that I have to offer. Maybe not, maybe. It's up to you. For all you non-smokers out there, just use the comparison of a purse snatcher, car thief, house burglar, things of this nature in an attempt to understand what we bic burners already have to endure on a much more frequent basis than your average bank robbery per se. So, all these acts of corruption bleed out of the same vein of dipshittedness, I do believe. I've come to that conclusion throughout my few years of observation on this particular incident, this troubled area of some people's life. So, I assure you, the world would be a much better place could we rid it of the frustration, annoyances, and resentments that flow in the wake of stolen lighters. There's nothing worse than getting hit on a moment where your guard has been let down, just for a second. Guard's been let down by a habitual thief. I'm around a few of these people on a regular basis. Like I said, not going to name any names. And I have a large amount of sympathy mixed with frustration for some of them. It's become apparent to me with these extreme cases that they have truly lost the power of choice in the matter. It's sad, it really is. But it's the fucking truth. They are perfectly good, above average, working people, mostly. But if there's a lighter in front of them, unguarded, something happens. Whether their brain shuts down or goes into a higher state of consciousness that I don't fully understand nor want to, where the justification of taking that lighter in front of them is the only fact remaining in the world for them during these few moments. I don't know. I don't know what happens there, but something does. Something internally, so far as I can tell, that unless afflicted with this malady myself, I may never really comprehend. And I pray to God that never happens to me. I don't want to have to endure the looks of frustration from fellow smokers around when they know what you're doing. They know that when you're around, there is always the threat of their lighter becoming missing. I never want to have to endure that, even if the payoff is this higher state of consciousness. It's not worth it to me. I am almost sorry to say, far from accepting these people. And it is with the hope of at least understanding them a little more that I wanted to kind of vent some of my feelings here in the hopes that perhaps I might get some feedback from some of these people, Lee, Aaron, Jennifer, and maybe they would call into the show and let me know how long this has been happening for them. Was there a turning point, some incident, some tragic occasion in their life that switched a switch in their brain, causing them to become lighter thieves on a regular basis in almost an addictive manner? I need to know. I don't hate you, but the fact that you exist and are lighter thieves, I don't understand it. And as a result of not understanding and not fully comprehending this, I'm searching for the answers so that I can better understand you and maybe find some acceptance about the scenario. More will be revealed, I hope.
It's kind of like 8-bit Nintendo, pretty fucking awesome, but there's a whole lot of stuff a whole lot cooler. This is the FNA show.
Eamon, this is really ridiculous. I've been on the fucking Natchez Trace motherfucking Parkway for fucking an hour and a half. It all looks the same. I want to kill myself. I think I'm going crazy. I don't know. Maybe. It's a possibility. I don't... Why is this here? No, it shouldn't be here. It's the most miserable experience of my entire fucking life. I just thought you needed to know. Have a good day.
Neighbor, the reason the Parkway is there, the Trace, is for those of us who have motorcycles to have thoroughly enjoyable rides on. And you do not have a motorcycle, and you have denied my invitations to ride on mine with me. Therefore, this is your consequences for not enjoying the thrills that are motorcycle riding. Absolute, unadulterated boredom on the Trace. And that's your answer. That's the solution. That's what FNA is here for, in part. Continue to call in. Thanks for the call. Don't be a douche. Tom Cruise is a hamster, and this is the FNA show. I was eating dinner last night with a buddy of mine. We went to Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel has a smoking section. We chose it because we're both smokers. Now, this is not the first time this has happened to me in choosing a smoking section in a restaurant. I am seated. My drinks are ordered. Menus are placed in front of me. Silverware is supplied. And I pull out my pack of cigarettes and light one. Only to find that there's not a fucking ashtray in sight in the smoking section of the restaurant. Now, call me crazy, but if I owned a restaurant and there was a smoking section in said restaurant, I'm gonna put a fucking ashtray on the tables in that section. Because I'm gonna go ahead and assume that if you're sitting over here, you're probably going to be smoking over here. I guess I just don't get it.
Man, if I got money, hey, if you don't like FNA, fuck you.
This is the FNA show. Let me just tell you up front, I'm a big fan of thunderstorms. I also enjoy your regular little afternoon or evening rain, as well as waking up 3/4 of the way early Saturday mornings to the drizzle outside and drawing comfort from the fact that I can lay there and enjoy it for A, as long as it continues, or B, until I fall back to sleep again. Yeah. All these types of weather are very appealing to me, and if I remember correctly, because I've lived in Jackson here for over 4 years now, snow flurries are also pretty badass. All the way up to blizzard status. Haven't seen any in a while, but if I remember correctly, they're awesome. And I hate to be a dick, but I did enjoy the prelude to and experience of Hurricane Katrina a couple of years ago, mainly because I didn't die. My house didn't get crushed by any of the surrounding trees, and I got to just sit in the carport with a couple of friends and experience weather's badasses. Now, back to our thunderstorm. As I wrote this, I was sitting in that same carport, and had been for 15 to 20 minutes in order to get the whole storm experience. Darkening skies, add some wind, distant rumblings, stir in an eerie aura. Listen to the leaves of the trees awaiting the rain. Feel the first misty drops blown in by the wind in anticipation of more to come. Taste the sweet pollen-free air. All these components prepare me for, and if I witness them all, as was the case this day, heighten the experience of the storm to follow. Now, on this afternoon, I had been quite fortunate. My body awoke me from a short nap a little before 4 p.m. The afternoon slumber was very much out of character, but also quite needed that day. My subconscious must have known something that I could not yet realize to talk me into laying down, because as I took a seat outside afterwards to a view of dark skies, I knew that I alone was not wise enough to quickly sleep in preparation of the rain that would follow. Allow me to explain for the confused, and for those of you who, through no fault of your own necessarily, lack the amount of ninja vigilance required to understand exactly what I'm talking about. Depending upon the person, the following may or may not hold true, but it is true for me, so that's all that really matters. And if you cannot relate, I pity you, because you're really missing out. Upon waking from a good night's rest, I leave that comfortable place of fiction to a reality between sleep and life for a short amount of time. On a usual morning, anywhere between 5 to 30 minutes. On a day where I did not get enough sleep, I stay there for a good bit longer. It can last for up to an hour before life truly takes over. And even then, this hazy reality will tend to linger in the background of my being for a good while still. After an out-of-place middle-of-the-day nap, as was the case in this occasion that I'm not used to, though, the experience is heightened, and it is as though some of the fiction I awoke from has followed me into waking life. The trade-off is time. If I'm lucky, or unlucky as the case might be, depending upon the day, it can last up to around 20 minutes after peaking at around the 11.5 to 12-minute mark. And it is this, my fellow peoples, that I was fortunate enough to experience the afternoon of this thunderstorm during the rehearsal and performance of the Symphonies of the Skies, thus allowing me to fully revel in one of my favorite weather experiences. It's time to call the FNA Show's 24-hour hotline, 601-857-1229. Call and leave a message. Profanity accepted and encouraged. Pants out. FNA Show out. Amen out. More will be revealed.
I've got some ads for you, little buddy. If I want to leave a fucking message, and I'm inspired to leave a fucking message, I will fucking do it on my own good goddamn motherfucking time. Fuck you. Okay, that was inspiring that you asked me how long it had been since I left a message, so I just decided, I'd leave a message. But fuck you. Bye. Oh yeah, my bad. Pants.